Years ago, an airport in Houston faced a mounting operational crisis. They were drowning in complaints about the length of time passengers spent standing at the baggage carousel. Management responded with a logical first step. They optimized the handling process to deliver bags faster. Yet, despite the technical improvements, the volume of complaints remained unchanged. This chart highlights the disconnect at the center of the problem. While the clock measures objective real time, the passenger experience is governed by perceived time, an elastic psychological measurement that fluctuates based on the environment. When companies focus exclusively on technical metrics like load speeds or handle times, they fix the clock while ignoring the specific psychological experience of the customer. Researcher David Maister established that our brains track time differently depending on our level of engagement. Unoccupied time feels significantly longer than time spent performing a task. Uncertainty and unexplained pauses further complicate this, triggering an anxiety that actively stretches a person's perception of duration. Waiting serves as a foundational material of the product itself. Because it carries its own distinct weight in the user journey, this moment requires active design rather than being treated as a gap between features. Physical spaces have quietly managed these perceptions for decades. Theme parks utilize switchback cues to obscure the true length of a line, filling the route with entertainment to keep the guest's attention occupied. The elevator industries solve the problem of perceived slowness by installing mirrors and music. These additions provide a distraction, causing passengers to stop counting the seconds as they move between floors. These interventions leave the speed of the motor unchanged. They are design decisions aimed specifically at managing human attention. Today, this struggle to manage perceived time has transitioned from physical architecture to digital screens. This graphic shows a progress bar filling at a constant, honest rate. In practice, these bars function as narrative tools designed to maintain user composure regardless of the actual technical work happening in the background. Research by Chris Harrison reveals that users prefer a progress bar that stalls early and then rapidly accelerates at the end. Even if the total wait is technically longer, the speed of the finish feels more satisfying. This artificial acceleration effectively rewrites the user's memory. A fast conclusion shrinks the perceived duration of the entire event in hindsight. Time perception is also tied to agency. A wait feels more tolerable when a user believes they possess some level of influence over the process. This psychological need leads to the use of placebo buttons. Many elevator door close buttons and pedestrian signals exist purely to grant the user a sense of control, even if the system is already on a fixed timer. Conversely, some systems intentionally slow down to demonstrate visible effort. A travel site might pause to show it is searching 200 airlines, making the final results feel earned and trustworthy through the display of work. While progress animations and placebo buttons are clever psychological tools, they cannot fix a system whose fundamental rhythm fails to account for the human user. This brings the story back to the Houston airport, where an unorthodox solution finally eliminated the passenger complaints. The airport chose to move the arrival gates much further away from the baggage carousels, forcing passengers to walk longer distances before reaching their luggage. Technically, the total wait time increased. However, because passengers spent that time walking rather than standing still, the unoccupied wait vanished from their perception. The fix for the baggage claim problem lived in the floor plan of the building, decided years before the first complaint was ever filed. Genuine queue design sits at the architecture of a service. It requires planning the sequence of steps and managing uncertainty long before a product is finished. At Depix, we treat the wait as a material like any other. High-quality experiences prioritize the person standing there, ensuring every moment of their time is designed with intention. Because design decisions are cheap as a sketch, brutal once tooled, see every angle before you build.